Mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right. Looks like we are live. We're live on both streams. We're live here. And I'm going to check real quick my Twitch. Kickoff is about to begin. This is Jonas Brasco. Welcome. This is Fulham at Brentford. Both of these teams still trying to make it to Europe. Fortunately, it may be a little bit harder now. Nonetheless, both teams have their missions. It's pretty simple. Fulham wins, they still have a shot at Europe. Brentford wins, they still have a shot at Europe. And there's not much else you can really say. Not much else that can be said. Both of them know their duties. And I'm just now checking my volume. The good thing is we've cleaned up a lot. We cleaned up a lot. We've added some new features, as you can see. We now have the chat for both YouTube and Twitch available. Fulham, because they have similar colors than Brentford. Fulham is in their third purple kits. In the meantime, we are trying our best not to have too many things running. If possible, we will play this. This one we'll play by ear. We'll see how this goes. Because I've been so... Oh. Yeah, I forgot to hit the play button. We were doing so good. And a whole plethora of matches are kicking off, but just for those who have been paying attention, congratulations to Crystal Palace for beating Manchester City 1-0 in the FA Cup final. Because of Palace's win, it makes it a little bit harder for either of these teams to make it to European football. But even for Fulham, they don't necessarily have to make Europe. If they just win this game, or their next game against Manchester City, they will break their Premier League points total. But in the meantime, we're just watching, seeing what's going to happen. A bunch of other games have kicked off. Forest is up 1-0. They're almost at halftime there. And one thing about Forest, they're still keeping their European hopes alive. They're currently in 6th. And I apologize for all this hair. It is a playoff season in the... Okay, sorry. Slight hesitation. Let's get back to this. It's hockey playoff season in the States. And I live in an area where our team, the Carolina Hurricanes, are in the Eastern Conference Finals. And such as tradition, depending on who you ask, there is something known as a playoff beard. And the beard will exist as long as that team is in the playoffs. We're going to minimize that chat for just a moment. I mean, for me, this is kind of, the final piece of the puzzle. And then everything else is really just formatting. But nonetheless, I think for the most part we look pretty good. Okay, my resolution. Alright, I was just checking something with the source. I think we're good otherwise. In the meantime, let's do one last thing and catch up with our time. All right. Now, this is something that we don't see a lot of from Fulham. It's a corner. Pereira is actually on the bench today. That's normally who would be taking this. But yeah, like I said, we don't do corners that well. But just these first few minutes, it's been pretty much Brentford with the possession. I think Fulham just earned themselves another corner. Which, 2 corners in a row. What? Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have definitely happened. In the box, it was popped up. Keeper had it. One stat that has been I find very interesting and much respect. Mark Flecken has played every minute between the nets for Brentford this entire season. Much respect for that. And I know exactly what I have forgotten to do. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. That hurt. Fulham has the ball. They're gonna see. In the box. Raul's pushed. But straight to Flecken. The cross into the box. Going for a header. Nothing happening. Yeah, Mr. Silva's not thrilled. It's actually pretty sunny in Brentford. Now I know the stadium is called something else because it is the community, because it is sponsored, but because I'm not a sponsored stream, I don't have to say it. So this is Brentford Community Stadium, where this game is being held at. First 10 minutes have been very interesting. Fulham in the center, but nothing happening. I'm glad that they're getting the ball into the box, but it's just that they have not had a chance to really make anything out of it. And I can already tell that we are dropping a couple of frames, but we're still, so far, nothing. Brentford, they still got someone. Top of the box, shot, deflected. Fulham gets out of the danger for now. Slight stoppage in play. Leno smacking on that gum, trying to come on. This is not fun. He had to come out. Great recovery by Brentford just to get a shot. And who else wouldn't have? Yeah, who else would have been other than Wissa? Fulham again, trying to find someone off the side, but it's going to get tracked down. No, it's going to be a throw in. Quick throw in. Trying to center it into the box. Shot and save. That was Emil Smith-Rowe from outside the box. Long throw. It's going to be onside. It is going to be onside. It is taken down. Wissa has it inside the box. 3 men on him. Had to kick it back. Long cross. It just sails. It's just a bit outside. That's the best way to say it. It's just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Fulham with perhaps their first real attempt on target. Brentford still maintaining possession. Gonna be a break. Player goes down. Is it gonna be? It was Tete with the foul. Referee, who looks like Lance Armstrong, said, "Come down," and of course Tete gets a card. It was a scoring opportunity. There's no argument there. Gets pushed down. Would you call it a professional foul? Not necessarily, but it is what it is. So, but it definitely will be something to keep in mind moving on in the second half. Free kick. Looks like maybe about 40 yards out. Bomo with the shot. Try to go for the corner and sails out again. It's going to be a goal kick for Fulham. They have to find some way to calm down. Fulham needs to find some way to calm down in this match. Cross Troy. Jimenez! They're going to give it. They're going to get it. Give it. Jimenez. One nothing Fulham. And that's going to be the 16th minute. He gets up, he gets over. Let's get that update on the board. Okay, that chat's not going to work there. But that is the score. They needed to score. They needed to score early. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to figure something out with that chat. I don't want to make it too small. And there's another foul. No. Tete. He's trying to get everyone back. He's in trouble. Let's see. Because this could be really, really bad really, really quickly. It's going to be a free kick. Tete, wow. Let's see this again. Tete on the ball. He's challenged. It's like, I didn't. On Sade, it's like, I was going for the ball. And the referee seemed to think so as well. This could, yeah. If you're a Fulham fan, you know this could be bad. The last thing that needs to happen here is a quick strike to bring this back. Very, very close. The play was drawn up wonderfully, but there was no one there to capitalize. And Tete may have perhaps saved his team. Oh, no, he didn't save his team. Tete was lucky. I'm looking at who had the best chance. Wow. I think that was Mr. Seven, but nothing happening there. Fulham now needs to hit and hit quickly. Alright, as much as I would have liked to have kept it, it seems that my computer is not liking the chat feature, so we will have to remove that. However, I will try my best to keep up with both the YouTube and Twitch chats to see if people are saying stuff. We have 1 30-second. Looks like we have 1 30-second view earlier. But beyond that, it has just been it's been a tough one. But nonetheless, as things stand, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go wait till halftime. I'm not gonna try to get too ahead of myself in this category. But it's very rare to say something like Fulham has 2 shots on target already. So far, with the exception of Forest, there is no other scores in the other games that are happening, which just happens to be Leicester City, the 2 teams that are already going down, Leicester City and Ipswich. Still, Fulham has not quite cleared the danger yet. Brentford has... There's a shot, and it is tied. And once again, no shutouts. No shutouts for Fulham. It's tied. It was a broken play. Fulham could not get the ball out. Pass. One man to beat. Shot. Bottom left corner. It's 1-1. And that's the thing. I can't be mad at that. You make mistakes. This is what happens. There's no... There's no other way to sugarcoat that. Frustrating to watch. But it's not like it's not deserved. Your score, 1-1. 23rd minute. You see, this is why I didn't want to say anything earlier. Because you know who did win their game? Everton. And you know who can actually still beat us in the table? Everton. While while some people say, okay, we should be shooting for 8th, we could possibly be at as low as 13th. But Robinson does have the ball with that taped up arm of his. Forearm, I should more or less say. It's good to see him back in the lineup. But it has been a rough one. It's been very rough. There's no other way I can say it. And as messed up as this may sound, it may not be a bad idea to get Mr. Tete off the field. Mr. Tete needs to leave the field. And Brentford, another opportunity. And they're going to... It looks... I'm hoping not. They point at the spot. They point at the spot. They pointed at the spot. And that's the thing. It's not Tete this time. It's Joaquin Anderson. I don't... Silva needs to back up. That's one of the... It's not helping anyone. It's not helping anything. And now, I go say we're all anxiously watching, but we all know what this is. We all know what this is. It could be a very, very, very early brace for Mr. Bryan. Leno. Can he come up big here? And he does! And he does! Penalty miss. I'm sorry. Can you close the door and flip the light? Thank you. Leno got big. And this game is still tied. That was needed. That was... Fulham tried to get... They were trying to get a break, but didn't happen. Now Brentford has an opportunity. Bryan will not be denied. In the box. Shot goes outside. Brentford still maintaining possession. There's a reason they're above us in the table. Still maintaining possession. Fulham is trying to get a little bit more aggressive, but Tete has to be careful with that yellow card. Still, this is... It started to slow down a little bit, but it's been some nervy moments as of late. Fulham has a throw. Does not look. Still the most interesting matchup. Fulham has to be able to control the ball. And again, keep the ball, maintain possession. That's not... because that is a bad thing. When Fulham is not have possession and they are tied or losing, that's bad. Right now, this has been Brentford's game with 58% possession versus 42% from Fulham. And yeah, there's definitely not going to be any fair play in this one because Fulham has been a lot more aggressive with 4 fouls so far, including a yellow. And they almost did another one. Ref wanted to play advantage. Nothing doing there. 32nd minute. Score still 1-1 all. Fulham and not just having to defend, but having to just work out of the box. Just trying to get something going. There was a foul. It's going to be played for advantage. Looks like that was Smith Rowe. Brentford's just doing a good job of possession. Leno with the free kick. No, not free kick, but it's short kick, but he's just 4 people around the ball almost immediately. And just so we can see who's on the bench, who do you put in? I think if Tete has to go out because of risk, I think you have to put in Sessegnon or Cuenca. I think it really is Sessegnon. Even though he's had a tough few games, it's still the best case scenario. Because you need speed. Brentford definitely is just outpacing Fulham right now. And these last few matches that Fulham have lost, I've had to put my man of the match is Bernd Leno. And so far, the man of the match for Fulham this time is still Bernd Leno. This man has been busy, solid in the sticks, and I would definitely want him back. If someone needs a contract extension, it's definitely him. Fulham actually possession of the ball. You've actually gotten it to the Brentford side of the pitch. Now, what can the thing is, what can they do? Because the big thing right now has been like the lack of creativity. And a lot of this has sadly stemmed from Rodrigo Muniz going down. I was cross into the box, no one was there. Still have people in the box. Iwobi, a shot. Straight to the keeper. Sorry, I think that was Traore with the shot. We know who has the ball. Gets it into the box. There's no one there waiting. And Fulham gives up a corner. Tete gives up the corner. There's no other way to say it. It's just... Thing is, I can't make it too loud or else the YouTube algorithm does not like me. Leicester has finally got one up on Ipswich. Cross into the box, straight to the keeper. Looks like there is a foul. There's going to be a caution coming out. Oh, no. I thought... Yeah, I would have... Okay, they're not going to put the caution on Wissa? Okay, no, they do. That was a blatant pull on Leno's jersey. So Wissa gets a card. Intercepted pass. Smith Rowe tried to get it to Iwobi. It's knocked out. And just like that, Brentford has dealt with the danger. Showing some great patience in that back line. Fulham not just shooting and seeing how it drops. Because, yeah, going crossing, it's not working. And just like that, Brentford has the ball. Brentford has possession. It's just a bunch of kickball happening. I know that seems weird, and just like that, there was a break. Leno comes out for it, boots it away. But the danger is not over yet. We're now in the 39th minute. It is still a 1-1 game. Right on the outside, trying to get into the box. And another header put straight at the keeper from Raul Jimenez. Man, we miss Muniz. But one player cannot be your crutch. That was the issue with Moneywitch, and that's the issue now. One player cannot be your crutch. Robinson went down. Wissa was the one who was running after. They're going to call foul, but no card. Silva is livid. Well, actually, no, he's not livid. You see Wissa coming behind. He's not going for the ball. Wissa is not going for... Okay, no, sorry. Wissa is going for the ball. Wissa is going for the ball. He doesn't make any type of contact with the ball. It's a foul. It's definitely a foul. It's going to be a free kick. I'm trying to be as impartial as I can be. It is a foul. Would it have been a yellow? I don't know. I don't actually know if I would have put a yellow on that. This is not a if I like it, then I should have put a yellow on it. Right, set up. Not. Calvin Bassey. We haven't really gotten to say his name much. Kicks it out. It's going to be a throw in. It's not a foul because he's going straight for the ball. But I'm not gonna lie, that was an aggressive tackle. That was a do not mess with me tackle. And the one who scores is perhaps the one who should not be on the field. Listen. 2-1, Brentford. A part of me is wondering if it's going to be called back, but no. The throw, it is headed. Leno. It's like Leno does get a hand to it. I'm trying to think if Wissa does touch it. So yeah, they're going to give it. They're going to give it. Just like that. See where we're at now. Can Fulham get something back before halftime? And they've made the indication. There will be 4 minutes of stoppage. Get those lines back up. Ball's taken away. Whistle goes off. It's going to be offsides, and it's going to be a ticket. Yeah, no, it's not offsides. I see. There was a foul in the penalty area. That's Vandenberg with the yellow. Fulham, a good chance outside the box to make something happen here. Jimenez. He's going to take the shot. Could there be? Could there be a little bit of magic before halftime? Jimenez off the wall. Three of the 4 minutes of stoppage has passed. We're now in the 49th. Fulham one last gasp before halftime, or is this going to be another one of those games where Fulham loses after going on top? As Fulham has dropped the most points from from winning positions in the league this year. The whistle has blown for halftime. Not much else I can say. And that is halftime. The score, Brentford 2. Fulham 1. There's not much. I'm trying to think of words. I'm trying to think of positives. That's the thing. I'm trying to think of positives, but not much else I can say. Brentford had Brentford had more possessions. They did better with their shots. More shots on target. That's the big thing. You can beat a team in shots, but if they're not on target, it doesn't matter. And this is what I've been saying. We went to the stat. We're here at the stat board. You can see possession. Got to update the corners. Literally, three three corners. That's all they had. 7 shots, 5 on goal. I haven't decided if we'll do final stats or not. Because this is the last game I'm streaming of the season. Yes, there is one more afterwards, but yeah, it's like you can see this, you see it over and over again, and it's still frustrating to watch. In any case, I'm going to take a brief respite on this. Forest is up 2-0 on West Ham. Jimenez with the goal. Still, Brentford made it happen. And someone who may not even be on the field, Wissa, is the one that puts Brentford ahead. But nonetheless, he was on the field. He made it count. Fulham didn't. These are the stats. This is your score line. 2-1. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, we are back. Thank you for your patience. We apologize. This is not. Oh, wow. Okay, I know now why that's the case. We're back in the second half. Some things have happened. It is Fulham. It is Brentford. It is still 2-1. We will not be bringing out any final match stats yet. So, and that was a very, very quick card. And yes, Ferrari does get pushed. Let's get some lineups on the board. There will be some substitutions that we will put in, but we will worry about that after this Fulham corner kick. Oh my. That was not good. Okay. Un momento. We're back live. Very frustrating. Alright, I won't say very frustrating. Let's get that lineup back up. Again, Fulham has made some substitutions, so we will reflect those momentarily. And it looks like I saw it briefly that Tom Carney came in. So it's coming from Sanderbergen, which to be fair, makes sense. Sanderberg is not great for holding on to the ball. Great on defense, but when it's clear that you need someone to hold on to the ball, it's better that it's Tom Carney than Sanderberg. So we'll make that adjustment. Nonetheless, Brentford just really doesn't have to do much. I wish I was kidding when I said that. But Fulham is not a team that scores a lot of goals. It's like we can win 1-0. We can win 2-1. And it gets pushed again. And it's gonna be a yellow card for Lewis Potter. So now we could be seeing some. Yeah. So now we could be some interesting stuff in regards to the yellow card category. But yeah, Lewis Potter just grabs on. It's not going for the ball. There's no reason to do that. So literally within the first 7 minutes, two yellow cards for Brentford. They have not messed with their lineup, but they currently have 3 on the field with yellow card. Oh no, sorry, 4 with yellow cards, while Fulham has Kenny Tete. And that wall of Brentford holds. There were several attempts at shots, but they just kept getting swatted away. Now Brentford with possession. Tom Carney gets it back. We haven't said much about Anthony Robinson. Anthony Robinson has been forced to really defend and not get as forward as he would like to. Nottingham Forest is still up on West Ham 2-1. As things stand, if we look at the table, Brentford would be in 8th at 58, Fulham would be in 11th, and Fulham can still drop to 13th. Actually, no. Fulham can drop to 12th. With Everton's win, they can end the season at Newcastle with 48 points. Palace, however, have 2 games in hand at 49 points. It's simple. Fulham, they win, they still got... They can get in with some help to Europe. Fulham loses, it's just that. It's that there's no European football. They're still trying to get that one win to break their record. But we're not going to give up on this one yet. Robinson goes after the ball, keeps it in. No, he did not keep it in play. He did not keep it in play. Referee's going no, no, no. Leicester's still up on Ipswich 1-0. If you're Fulham, you're just trying to find some way to get a shot on, because I don't think they've gotten a shot on goal at all the second half. Because unlike the last time these two face, yes, Harry Wilson is on the bench. But I don't know if we're going to get some last second, stoppage time brace miracle for this one. That match happened in November. It was a 2-1 win at the Cottage with Harry Wilson scoring goals in both the 92nd and 97th minute. Well, Jeanette scored the 1 goal for Brentford in the 24th. Carney gets it up to Dama, goes back to Anderson. Tom Carney finds Robinson on the edge. Robinson trying to find a way to cross it. You get to Iwobi. Robinson again. The cross. Went into Tete. Tete. Nothing there. Brentford on the attack. Calvin Bassey shuts him down, forces him to slow it down. Bassey, do not take him down. And Fulham gives up the corner. This is only going to be their second corner of the game. Nice shot. Fulham deals with it. Jimenez with the ball. Gets out to Tete. Tete going on that right side. Crosses it. No one is there. Keeper just comes out and grabs it. But Lewis Potter is down. The ref is coming out. We're going to see what happened. Because while I was watching, I'm not sure. It's something off the corner. It looks like there's a tangle in the box. They're going to... It looks like... Okay. Drayson, they're tangled together. He's trying to get, Lewis, off of him. Anderson is trying to actually get away. It looks like it may have been simulation, but it's hard to tell. It is very, very hard to tell. So I'm not going to do that estimating. Speculation. I'm not going to go into the realm of speculation for that because it isn't going to do me any good. It's not going to do anyone else who's watching this game any good. But while players are down and rubbing, looking at the replay, he just goes down. Trying to say there was a head injury, but we don't know. So there is so right now it is a stoppage in play. They're showing the fans from everywhere else. The Brentford fans, the Fulham fans. Looks like Brentford's going to bring in a sub. And it looks like Azure is going to come in for a Coyote. But Brentford's still trying to... Wissa was going for that corner, but it was just the corner netting. So. Brentford with the corner. Leno got to it, but they're going to try... Trying to claim handball. You should get a nice little bit of stoppage from this one. Not a foul. And it's getting a little scrappy. And yeah, that's gonna be... Yeah, there should have been simulation there. Smith Rowe gets to it. He just pulls on it. There's no reason to do that. It's just frustration. It's very clear frustration. And yeah, it looks like some youngsters are going to get a chance to get in. Smith Rowe and Iwobi are on their way out. Reese Wilson and Josh King are on the way in. McKenzie Hughes, Joshua King for Emil Smith Rowe. I am absolutely okay with that. And the captain. Finally. That's a goal. That's Tom Carney. 68th minute. The first sub. Made something happen. And I should be more excited. There's a reason he's in here. Tete bounce. Carney with a header. This is what it is. Off the bounce. That's a header from Tom Carney. Those are things I don't think I actually thought I would say. That's a header from Tom Carney. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. And that's a header from Tom Carney. Is there still a little bit of late some magic that's happens here? Some late game magic. 70th minute. It's 2-2. Fulham trying to keep their fate European lives open. Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson. Harry freaking Wilson. Hello? How you doing? My name is Harry Wilson. 3-2 Fulham. I am so sorry for all these people who are missing this. Wilson just a great shot. Keeper frozen. Come across. Left corner. Not long, I won't say left corner, but left side. Left bottom. A wonderful shot. Keeper is just frozen. It's 3-2 Fulham. That's Harry Wilson. No. Referee says no. Yeah. Tete is making it clear. Yeah, you saw he fell. I didn't do anything on that time. And that's going to be a card for... Okay. This one's getting a little chippy. And that's going to be on Anderson. And Tete said, I didn't touch him. And he didn't. But Brentford, not going away. Cross into the box. Fulham is doing a great job crowding. And it's Bassey. Bassey with the ball. Bassey on the break. No, that was that was Troy Ray. I'm sorry. I thought it was Bassey for a second. But it is dispossessed. Bassey does keep that away from getting to Wissa in the box. Brentford on the outside. The cross. Tete knocks it out. The kick. This has been King Kenny. King Kenny has kept Fulham in this game. Brentford's been bringing on substitutions as well. Thiago Rodriguez is coming in for Lewis Porter. And Brentford is making 3 substitutions. Safe to say we all know what's at stake. No, actually, that was Joshua King. Yep. Fulham trying to get one more. 4 goals in a game for Fulham would be amazing. Tete on the outside. Sometimes I gotta remember Josh King, that number 24. Traore. Back out to Robinson. Inside to Wilson. Wilson's dispossessed. Fulham knows how important this game is. So does Brentford. Intercepted by Mr. King. Joshua King is putting in the work. And my OBS disconnected. It is now trying to reconnect. And it has been successful. Yeah, I know you see Harry Wilson there twice. All right, as things stands now, Fulham would be in 10th. They'd be a point up on Bournemouth, but a point behind Brighton. Brentford would still be seated at 8. Yeah, neither team is catching Forest. Forest has 65. We've had some spikes. It's going to be a long throw-in for Brentford. And Ryan Sessegnon is coming in. Leicester still up on Ipswich 2-0. And Sessegnon's going to come in for Adama. He's put in a shift. We're hoping Sessegnon can maybe just give more speed up top. And for all the Brentford fans, I'm sorry. It has been. I am updating your substitutions as well. It's just taking a little bit longer because this has been a pretty. We're gonna have it's gonna be an interesting 15 minutes because I don't see I'm saying that because I don't see there being any less than 5 minutes of stoppage time in this game. Tete with the knockout. Getting the ball out of bounds. Throw in. Someone tried to be a little too fancy and fell on their butt. I'm going to say that. Ryan still. 1 goal scored. Nearly got a brace, but Leno with the penalty save. Right now, that's going to be one of the things that's going to stand out for this one. All right, I think this is for Collins. Jensen was not for Collins. And it looked like see, we're getting there. It may be taking a minute, but we are making changes are being made. Brentford fans are getting a little nervous. Two men in the box. Is there? We're looking. It's a point. Ref is listening. Robinson is on him. I don't think Robinson pushes him down. All subs have been accounted for. Well, each team has 1 substitution remaining. We're in the 86th minute. For those who are missing this, I apologize. You're missing a very interesting match. Cross, Leto with the save. Cross, header, Leno with a save. Brentford trying to salvage a point. Fulham trying to get all 3. That was a big chance. The danger's not over with yet. It's going to be a goal kick. And for those who are watching, thanks again. Oh, did that really happen? My mic actually came out on that one. Okay. For those who were joining late, let's give you a quick rundown. Because people seem to be flopping, and it's going to be fun. Fulham got out quickly with a 1-0 goal header from Jimenez, Raul Jimenez. Then Buemo, I've been calling him Ryan for this because I didn't want to butcher his name completely. And it looks like Anthony Robinson is going to be coming off for the final substitution. But he gets one back for Brentford to make it 1-1. Then there was a penalty which was missed. Leno was able to save. It was still 1-1. Wissa, who was on a yellow card and possibly should have gotten another yellow and sent off, scores in the 43rd minute. It's 2-1 at the half. Then the subs come in and make a difference. Tom Carney comes in, scores in the 68th minute, and then Harry Wilson has come in and scores in the 70th minute. And that's where we are now in the 90th minute with the score 3-2 Fulham. As always, I am so thankful for anyone who is watching. This is Jonas Braska. We've had some streaming issues, but we have been going all in on this one today. And with Cuenca coming in, I said he was going to. So it's nice to know at least on that one I wasn't. It's like, okay. I was somewhat right on that one. So I'm happy that he's coming in because, yes, he's going to be focused on defense. He's not going to be focused on trying to get the ball into the box like Anthony Robinson does. Plus, it's like if you're going to give up a foul, he can at least do it. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying now the possibility is there. Throw it to the box. It's kicked out by Harry Wilson. The indicator board should be coming up about now. 7 minutes. There will be 7 minutes of stoppage time. The chip, no go for Carney. Brentford still has one sub left if they want to choose to take it. But with the Fulham lineup, what you see is what you get. Leicester, Ipswich is now final at 2-0. Forest, West Ham, 2-1. Newcastle, Arsenal, there's no score there. They're in the 21st minute. Yeah, no, 22nd. It's one of those where if you're Fulham, yes, you want to hold on to the ball, but yeah, you want that fourth goal. Olay chants do not mean anything right now. Because the big thing is not to give up the ball. Big Calvin Bassey gets it out to Raul. Raul into Tete. Tete with the cross. Oh, there. Booted away. 93rd minute. Tete Raul. Brentford's been adamant about getting possession. They do now have possession. Wissa with the ball for Brentford. There is going to be a foul. You don't want to be out for the last match, but much respect, Kenny Tete has been very, very good this second half. Anderson is down. It looks like he's holding the back of his head. Of course, you got that back and forth. What the heck is going on? I mean, Anderson headbutts. I mean, let's see. I don't think it's malicious. There's nothing malicious, but he does. Well, even he's pointing to his head. Anderson's up. Shot of the not thrilled Brentford crowd. Fulham, oh, they showed the Fulham crowd for a second, and then they just like, nope, we can't show that. But now we are approaching the 95th minute. Leno, big boot. Bassi trying to find Josh King. Josh King is going to run it down. Pass it back. Just going to work on possessing the ball, but not in the Fulham half. Raul was seen there, but there was a touch. Brentford's going to play advantage. On the hands are a little nervous. Luca Henry. Again, Tete. Tete playing some mad defense. Tete not letting Henry get through. Cross into the box. Leno gets to it. It looks like it's gonna be a corner kick. Mikel, I think it was a cross, but Leno just knocked it out just to be safe. Ryan with the corner. Wait. The referee is talking to Bassi, which is fine with me because that means time is running. Time is running. And yeah, now Collins is like, come on. Nathan Collins is like, come on. Because guess what? We are now in the 97th minute. Harry Wilson was diving. He got ball. The other number 8, Jensen, he's like, my shin. So it's going to be a throw-in. He's going to try Rory to lap this. Not a bad throw. Out of bounds. Fulham for the goal kick. Then it gets a little water. Referee's telling him to come on. I was directing traffic. He's probably going to get carded for time wasting. And he does. We all knew it. So let's not even. Teams do it. Fulham's no exception. It's booted out the back. It's going to be a throw-in for Brentford. The whistle has blown. The game is over. This is now the most successful Fulham team as far as scores are concerned in the Premier League. With 54 points, this is now a record season for Fulham. It wasn't pretty. But that's how it ends. I'm going to put that up there for one more time. Because that just made me happy. That makes me happy. It was a... a much needed win for Fulham. I'm just trying to make sure my stream... We had a little bit of an issue earlier. I just want to make sure that we're still up and running. And that people can hear me. Yeah, we're up, we're running. We may not have had a lot of people watching. But I think I saw what happened. So I'm going to apologize because it looks like we lost the Twitter stream. We lost the Twitter stream. That's what happened. We lost the Twitter stream and it was just the YouTube stream from here on out. So on that note, I apologize for all the Twitter users. I'm sorry, not Twitter, the Twitch users. We lost the Twitch stream, but still, that's a great way to, if nothing else, a great way to end year one of doing this. I hope that we will, the quality would be better. I'm going to try to get a stronger computer over the break, in the off season. Because I was slightly limited to some of the features I could do, but I still felt that towards the end, I was able to get a decent quality stream out there. I'm going to give all congratulations to this record-breaking team. Now, their European hopes are very, very slim. And just as a quick update, let's just make it clear what Fulham has to do. I'm going to keep that up on the board for a second. But apologize. I just had to. Oh wait, is it not playing? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Put that in the finishing position because now match is over. So, but just a quick, brief look at the table now. Fulham, like I said, it's now their best league record ever with 15 wins, 9 draws, 13 losses, 2 goal differential. $54 points off of 54 goals. You got Brighton Brighton ahead with 55, but a +3 goal differential, and Brentford with 55 with a +9 goal differential. It's pretty simple. For Fulham to get 8th, the following has to happen. Oh, also I should mention that Manchester City has 2 games in hand because of that FA Cup final. So Manchester City first has to deal with Bournemouth before Fulham on the last day of the season. Fulham, basically, they beat Manchester City and then wait to see what happens in Brentford's game against Wolves and Brighton's game against Liverpool. Because Brighton is another team that has some games in hand. So it's pretty simple what happens with Brighton. Brighton has to lose their next 2 games. They got to lose at home to Liverpool and away, which I just don't see happening. In the meantime, in the one match that is going on right now, Arsenal and Newcastle, there's no score there. But, yeah, that's the tale. Brentford has to lose to Wolves. Brighton has to lose to Wolves and lose to Liverpool and Spurs. And Fulham has to beat Manchester City. None of this matters if Fulham can't beat Manchester City. And on that last day of the season, Manchester City will be having something to play for because they currently sit at 6th. So it's pretty much if Manchester City wins against Bournemouth, then they still may be playing for Champions League that last week against Fulham. Because as it stands, they are a point behind Chelsea and Villa, Newcastle. That game, I'm actually going to go to that in a minute because Newcastle Arsenal. If Newcastle wins, they're going to be in second. Well, Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester, with that win, it gives the fans one last hurrah before Jamie Vardy's last game. And I'm just taking a moment to thank everyone because I will not be streaming for the last game of the season. I will not be in town. I had a previous obligation before I started to do this. Still, Mr. Flecken did a great job. Fulham, 9 straight games, no clean sheets. And as much as I wish he'd come back for this, Mr. Muniz is probably not coming back in this game. I wish he could be at the last game of the season. But I know he's not. I know that he's not. But that pretty much would be, the perfect way for all this to end is like, everyone back and ready to go. But Joshua King, Sessegnon, they came, they did their thing. But it was Tom Carney and Harry Wilson, the subs, that made the big difference. I think and from what I'm looking at least according to FOTMob, I think they're giving the man of the match to Wissa. Was he the best one on the pitch? No. He was not. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but I think they're giving Wissa the man of the match. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching again. This is Jonas Brasco signing off, and I will see you in August for the start of the 2025-2026 Premier League season. And maybe, just maybe, I won't just be streaming Premier League games. Sorry, I won't be just doing watch-alongs for Premier League games. There may be some European games sprinkled in there as well. We got 1 week left, folks. I won't be here for it, but I know you'll all be watching. Thank you for your time, and come on, Fulham.